This is Pakistan's flag. As you can see, it has a moon on it and a star, which symbolizes freedom. This is a map of the country I was born in. It is named Pakistan. I was born on October 19, 1995, and I lived in a small apartment with my grandma, her daughters, my cousins, and all sorts of people. This is just one of the rooms in the apartment that we lived in. It had about 20 people in the whole entire apartment, and the apartment was about 20 feet by 20 feet. This is another one of the rooms where all the little kids lived in. Our daily routine in the apartment was just to sit around, pretty much talking to each other and entertaining each other. All the kids would play together, and then the older ladies and the women and the men would just sit together and talk. This is a picture of me and my cousins in the little kids' room. All the little kids played in this room, and there was about 10 kids. This picture was taken in the same room. As you can see, it's a pretty small room, and this room was used for birthdays as well. We used the same room for my sister's birthday party as well, and for mine. This is a picture of the adult room where all the adults sat around talking to each other. Also, you can see my dad right there. This is a picture of my mom waiting for a ride at 12 at night because we didn't own any cars, so we had to wait for a taxi. We finally decided to move out, and this is a picture of the kitchen that we had in our new apartment. This is a picture of the bedroom that we had. Our new apartment was much bigger than our old one that we lived in with a lot of people. In the apartment we had a little playing area as well. It was a big improvement from the previous playing area that we shared with 10 other kids. My dad was the first one of us to come to the United States of America. He came here in search of job opportunities, better living conditions, and pretty much to follow the American dream. We came here because we were tired of being separated from our dad, and on top of that, our living conditions weren't that good in Pakistan, and we had no income, we had no place to live. We had to share with our grandma pretty much, and it was just hectic. This is our first time at the airport. The airport's name was Jinnah International Airport, and we had to leave all of our family members behind. In the photo, these are just some of the family members. There were many more. This is the plane we took to America. This was our first time riding a plane, and our first destination was from Pakistan to London. This is when we landed at the London airport. It was not a good plane ride because it was our first time and we didn't know what was really going on. But we still made the best of it, and the transition was hard, but we got through it. This was the first thing we saw when we came from the airport. It's the first car we've ever owned. This is the apartment we lived in when we came to America. It wasn't as big, but it was still better than all the other places we lived in. As you can see here, it still needed some minor repairs to it. The only problem we had was learning the language and adapting to the new lifestyle here in America. However, we were able to overcome these problems by going along with the daily routine and just basically learning the language from watching TV or talking to people, or me and my sisters pretty much learned it from going to school. My mama, however, learned it from taking classes, and eventually after a year we finally got used to the whole American life. Then a couple of years later we moved into this house. It was pretty nice and big, and we are currently living in it. Here's some other pictures. In the year 2000, we immigrated along with 50,000 other people. This is a pie chart showing where each Pakistani immigrant went to and what the percentages was for each city. This is a current picture of my family. We've been living in America for approximately 13 years. Also in this picture is my sister, her husband, and his side of the family. And that's my family's immigration history. Enjoy a picture of my dad feeding a deer with his mouth.